This is CBC Here and Now.
They've moved roughly over 4,000 truckloads of snow so far as we dig out from this massive storm.
And there are many more truckloads to go. The great dig out continues, but things are getting back to normal. All states of emergency will be lifted by tomorrow.
Have faith, St. John's businesses will soon be blooming again. We'll watch this one shake off the storm, coming up on Here and Now.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Anthony Germain. Well, for a storm-weary city, there's light at the end of the snow tunnel. The state of emergency in St. John's will finally end tomorrow morning. And then there was other good news from the city today. Peter Cowan is live in the newsroom this evening. Peter.
Anthony, it was 1 week ago that we were at the height of the storm, and now after more than 7 days, there's finally the good news that everyone's been waiting to hear, and that is as of 6 a.m. tomorrow, they are going to lift that state of emergency. And so we look, though, the 24-hour parking ban, they are going to keep that in effect as crews continue to try and dig out and remove that snow. Metrobus, there's some good news there. It is expected to be back on the streets as of tomorrow, but they may need some detours. Go Bus service will be resuming as well. And some even better news, that service is all going to be free until February 7th. The city wanted to do a little bit of thank you for everyone and also try and encourage people to take the bus to keep more cars off of the streets. Even though the state of emergency is going to be over, the mayor made it very clear today the city's work is far from over.
We'll still be continuing the same effort that we have now. We have a lot more work to do here to get everything cleaned up, and we're going to continue that. We're not going to stop that operation. In fact, we're going to be continuing at the same resources we have now so that we can get this cleaned up and we can get the city back to normal operations.
As workers start heading back to work and are wondering about how they're going to make up a week's worth of unpaid wages, we have some word from Ottawa tonight. The request has gone in for financial assistance for them. Ottawa seems receptive to the idea, but is vague on what sort of form that might take.
Newfoundlanders can count on our support. We very quickly worked with the Newfoundland government and I think it worked very well. I'm very pleased with the collaboration that took place and we got resources that they required out there, and there are further, if there are more that we can do to support the people of Newfoundland to recover and respond to the storm, we're going to do our very best to be there for them.
I hate to end with some bad news, but looking at the forecast, the city is worried about the rain that is expected Sunday into Monday. That'll come with some warm temperatures, and the city is warning that if they do get a significant amount of rain, there's a good possibility for some flooding, and their crews will have to shift focus to trying to deal with all that water. Anthony?
All right, thank you, Peter. It's Peter Cowan live in our newsroom, and Carolyn Stokes, who's in for Ashley, she'll have more on the weather, possibly wet weather in just a few minutes. Well, with that state of emergency lifted, non-essential businesses in St. John's can open first thing tomorrow, and it has been a week since they closed during this state of emergency, and that week off is hitting some of them pretty hard. Here Now's Katie Breen is at the Avalon Mall tonight. So Katie, what's it like over there?
Well, it's dead. You take a peek inside, there's hardly anyone there. The parking lot is practically empty. Avalon Mall has been at a standstill since the storm. In fact, businesses all over the city have been hurting, and because of that, the St. John's Board of Trade is encouraging people to buy local. Fresh cut flowers. They're beautiful, delicate, and have a definitive shelf life. Holland Nurseries, like a lot of businesses in and around St. John's, lost stock in the storm closure. Now they're arranging to reopen. What was the dig out like here?
Backbreaking. No, we had snow piled up way above this shade line here and crushing against the side of the greenhouse, so we had to dig it out to prevent the greenhouse from collapsing. That took about 3 days of just 3-4 days of just dig, and basically nowhere to remove the snow, so you just have to pile it up.
And of course, if it tears,
yeah, then the whole thing goes. It's like a balloon, basically, so
right.
It's you have to really treat it carefully.
Luckily, the greenhouse didn't pop. The business didn't suffer any major damage, but of course, there's been no money in and all of the regular expenses coming out.
Well, right now, support local for the obvious reasons. They need revenue, they need a cash flow, they need to be able to survive. I mean, small business supports our economy, and we need to make sure that they weather this storm.
Winter for many businesses is slow enough as it is, but it's been empty. Wasted food, lost wages, and the owner of a number of downtown restaurants says there's just no recouping the hit of this week.
No, there's no one goes out and eats twice as much as so you don't. You might get a bump this week because Newfoundlanders are good people and they will come out and support small business who have been suffering, and of course supporting the employees that are working for us. But no, you'll never make up for what you lost. You just won't.
The Board of Trade says small business is the economic engine of the province, and if there's ever been a time to help, it's now. Spend if you can, the board says. Get a meal, go out for coffee, buy fresh flowers. The Board of Trade says now that we're through this crucial part of the state of emergency, it's going to get together and brainstorm, try and figure out how it can help its members and how its members can help one another. Live in St. John's, I'm Katie Breen for Here and Now.
The stress that it's caused on many businesses that are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, unable to pay bills, unable to access their property even as excess of damage. It's been very stressful, and the stress is not just a short-term thing. I think it's going to be a long-term thing for some businesses.
Well, getting back to normal is just the beginning. Businesses need to figure out how to recover losses and repair damages. My interview with the executive director of the NL Employers Council is coming up in about 25 minutes.
The backyard is usually the safest place for a dog, but since the storm, snowdrifts have been burying the fences. Pet dogs have been walking right out and into the streets. There's a lot of pictures of dogs in some scary situations. I'll show you what I mean coming up.
Well, if you're looking to shake off the cobwebs, you have a great weekend for it. We have lots of sunshine in the forecast for pretty much the entire province on Saturday and Sunday. And then on Sunday, temperatures are going to start to rise slightly, making way for a very messy Monday for the island. There is a special weather statement in effect. There's some rain coming for the Avalon and the Burin and Conegra Peninsula there. So I'll get into all those details a little bit later. Anthony?
Thanks, Carol. It's hard to imagine, but it's been one long week since that big blizzard, and that's also when Joshua Wall disappeared while walking to a friend's house. But as Here Now's Terry Roberts reports, efforts to find the 26-year-old haven't stopped.
I'm in the backcountry just off Roach's Line here in Conception Bay North. Now, as you can see, a maze of trails all around me. Now, a week ago today, it's believed that Josh Wall walked into these woods during a raging blizzard. The formal search is over, but his family and this community are determined to find him.
And here's the evidence. This morning, more than 40 people checked in with the Wall family on Roach's Line before heading out on snowshoes and snowmobiles to try and find Joshua. They left the trails and ventured into the deep snow. Some total strangers coming from all over the Avalon, and some close relatives.
Well, it's not good, obviously. And I'm hoping it ends pretty soon.
And it's not easy for those doing the searching.
As soon as you leave the marsh, you could be down.
Skidoo Trail.
So leave Skidoo Trail, you could be down 5 feet, even with the snowshoes on.
And today there was help from someone who knows what members of the Wall family are going through. This is Lisa Lake. Her daughter Courtney Lake disappeared in June 2017 and has never been found.
I felt I had to come out and support, but it's bringing back flashbacks. But, I don't regret coming out, not one bit, and I'll be out again.
We're hopefully going to find him very soon. He is my role model. He really is.
Joshua's younger sister says the family is overwhelmed with worry and sadness, but grateful for the support, including a Facebook post shared 11,000 times.
I had messages from people from America, Edmonton, Nova Scotia. It's insane. There's people donating snowshoes, all sorts of supplies, food. It's really overwhelming.
And though a lot of time has passed since Joshua disappeared, the family is not giving up hope.
I'm praying that he's still out there alive.
That's the kind of optimism that's keeping these searchers going. and many of them will be back Saturday with reinforcements. Terry Roberts, CBC News, Roach's Line.
Homeowners in a small town in central Newfoundland say the justice system has failed them. Cottrell's Cove is now taking matters into its own hands by trying to force a man who's been deemed a troublemaker out of town. Here now's Garrett Barry reports.
Okay, so what is that exactly that I'm looking at?
That's where we broke into one time.
In 2 years, this house has been hit 3 times. And the damage doesn't end here.
So then they had to replace the camber. It's cost another over $400.
There have been dozens of break-ins in Cottrell's Cove.
26, if you count the ones that was done twice. Some was done 3 times.
The neighbors are sure they've caught the perpetrator red-handed.
He's only a young man, sleeps all day, works nighttime when everybody else is in bed.
And now they want to run him out of town.
I had one grown man here in tears asking me to do something about it. The only thing I can do is let him have the fire out, to sign the petition, see what happens.
In May, that petition will go to their MHA, maybe the police, and then, who knows?
I don't know how far it'll go, but we're hoping it will get him out. If it don't, we'll have to try something else, right?
This greenhouse tells part of this story. It was allegedly broken into twice. The owners believe it was the same man. So they decided to walk away. They left it with a real estate agent and told their neighbors they didn't feel safe staying in this building anymore. For sale, for anyone brave enough to buy it.
I mean, a man come to me the other night and he told me that he was talking to a couple wanted to buy a cabin here in town, and when somebody dropped by and said about the break-ins, they just said not happening.
The saga has turned neighbor against neighbor and relative against relative.
He's your cousin. And you're still trying to get him out of town, though.
Well, you know, what are you going to do, right? The whole town is trying to get him out, not just me.
And it's shaken this town's faith in the structures that are supposed to keep them safe.
Shouldn't people be treated as innocent until they're proven guilty?
Well, I mean, if you got all that proof and you got the footprints leading right from one doorstep right down to 2 that was done on January the 8th, what more proof do you need? They got his boots, they got him, and the judge asked, but who was in the boots? What feet was in the boots? That don't even make sense. That's just a cop-out.
They say the perpetrator needs help that's not available in Cottrell's Cove. So, he's got to go. Garrett Barry, CBC News, Cottrell's Cove.
The Royal Newfoundland Constabulary says there's no concern of murder trials falling apart over the mix-up of DNA evidence. A review of cases from the last 3 years found, quote, nothing of concern. This month, the start of a first-degree murder trial in the death of Victoria Head was abruptly put on hold. This after the Crown learned of a DNA mix-up involving 2 unrelated cases. Now, that trial has been delayed indefinitely while the RNC investigated. Well, today, the RNC confirmed that its Director of Forensics has completed her report. She reviewed all homicide cases since January of 2016, and she didn't find any problems. The RNC says it's not worried about other cases collapsing because of the DNA blunder. After a week of staring at that record-breaking, not to mention back-breaking snow, some people on the Avalon still aren't sick of it. And as the cabin fever continues, snow fort building skills are certainly improving. Here now's Meg Roberts has more.
There have been lots of stories that have come out of Snowmageddon 2020 and even more creativity. I'm going to introduce you to some people who haven't let cabin fever get them down.
Yes, you are seeing that correctly. That's an electric fireplace, a television, and you got it, a propane burner.
I did some awesome bacon pesto grilled cheese sandwiches last night, and I'm hoping to do maybe a little frying pan pizza later this evening.
In here?
Yeah, of course.
Keith Doran spends hours in his snow fort every night. He built it 4 days ago in order to combat some of that cabin fever. But he says him and his friends are enjoying it more than he thought.
Well, my buddy sent me a Snapchat, and he was scratching his head wondering if he's too old to still play in snow. And I said, absolutely not. It's the best. I mean, everyone's asking to come over, and everyone's more than welcome to crawl in and enjoy a couple drinks by the electric fireplace, and listen to some tunes and hang out.
As for whether he will miss it when the snow is gone, he says not really. That's because he has memories to last him forever.
I'm no longer allowed to decorate in the house anymore, so I had to get outside and create something.
Julie Purchase named her snow fort after the Yoda hut. It's got 5 rooms and lots of Star Wars paraphernalia. Unlike others, Purchase says she's not as much looking forward to tomorrow when the state of emergency is lifted.
Work will always be there, but these memories that you're making, they're unique. You will always have them.
And a week of memories it has been. Meg Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.
This weather update is brought to you by the NL 511 app. Know before you go. Check road conditions, highway cameras, and the provincial plow tracker with the NL 511 app.
Now, we've been searching to find creative ways to explain just how much snow has fallen. So how about this? Since Christmas Day, St. John's has recorded about 220 centimeters of snow, and that is taller than former LA Laker Shaquille O'Neal, who is 7'1".
Oh, that's
all right?
Excellent perspective.
A lot of snow to clear away, 215 centimeters, 7 feet 1, and some have been using their snow to express gratitude.
Yes, isn't this nice? Here's a thank you to the city for working around the clock for the past week, and it was taken this afternoon by Gary Hebert on Newfoundland Drive. So thank you, Gary, for sending that in. Isn't that nice? I saw another one today on Elizabeth Avenue, and I think it said, "Be a friend."
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just nice Sentiments being shared.
Okay, so I'm trying to sort of think my final strategy for cleaning out the driveway a little bit better. So what am I looking at this weekend?
Well, you have great weather to do some clearing.
Okay.
Away. Yeah, it's for the next couple of days for pretty much everyone. It's looking really, really nice, but then on Monday it's going to be taking a turn. So let's just have a look at the future tracker and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Really nothing happening. A little bit of cloud cover there in Labrador, but the island tomorrow just looking, oh, sorry, that was tonight. But you know what? Tomorrow is the same as tonight. It's all clear skies for the next couple of days. Here are your overnight temperatures, -11 in St. John's. Winds from the northwest, 20 gusting to 40. And on the west coast, similar temperatures there, some light winds. Really not much happening on the island or in Labrador. A chance of some flurry action in Labrador City, -23 as the overnight low, but with the wind chill feeling more like -33. So here is tomorrow, looking exactly like tonight. Clear skies. Here we are at noon tomorrow, and yeah, going to be lots of sunshine, a little bit of cloud there on the west coast, but that's about it. We're looking at temperatures -5 as the high in St. John's, lots of sunshine, a little bit breezy, westerly winds gusting up to 40 kilometers an hour there. Into central, very similar story. Temperatures -6 in Gander. It's going to feel a bit colder in the afternoon with the wind chill, but not too bad. On the west coast, some very light winds. Corner Brook looking at a high of -4 tomorrow. Up through the Straits, things start to get a little bit colder into the minus double digits there, but still with the sunshine. Colder in Nain, -15. A little bit breezy there tomorrow. Gusts up to 50 there in Labrador City, looking at -12 as the high, and cooler, of course, with that wind chill. So this is what's going to be coming on Monday. This is what a lot of people are talking about right now. There is a weather statement in effect from Environment Canada about this. It's going to start to roll in on Sunday night, and then through Monday, the rain coming to the south coast, to the Avalon Peninsula, snow for the northern parts of the island. I'll get into all of those details a bit later.
Well, if you had an appointment at a hospital in St. John's this week, you should soon be getting a call to reschedule that procedure that you need. The head of Eastern Health expects facilities to be in full operation by Monday. And as Ariana Kellen reports, as the state of emergency subsides, the health authority will look at what could have been done better.
This is what you call a dedicated nurse.
By snowmobile or snowshoe, they went to work. As the city shut down, visitors and patients were shut in at hospitals in the city. People trapped inside, making the best of it.
We've had fun with them and eating meals with them together and so on. So it's been a crisis situation that could have been much worse.
Among those stuck for 3 nights was Diamond himself. Hospitals stayed open, but only for urgent and emergency care. Nurses and doctors working long hours, caterers and janitors keeping the hospitals up.
I've been in this business about 30 years now and have been through a number of crisis situations, and this is probably as complex as it's been in the 30 years I've been doing this.
And now that things are starting to get back to normal, the health authority will see what could have gone better, like losing contact with some of the employees as they tried to get to and from work. Then there was transportation in a record-breaking blizzard.
The challenges with snow particularly was what we'd call door-to-street access. It was a challenge for the rigs to get to the street, and then it was a real challenge for the paramedics to get from the street into the house.
For the health minister watching from afar, seeing the system at work was a moment of pride.
It's not often that I'm short of words, but really and honestly, I can't find enough superlatives to describe how the healthcare staff in Eastern Health managed and coped over the course of that weekend.
They coped by leaning on each other, something they'll have to keep doing as appointments get rescheduled and the hospitals come back to life. Ariana Kelland, CBC News, St. John's.
And a fun fact for you, at the Health Sciences Center alone, there were 19 babies born between Friday and Monday night. So 19 storm babies and lots of stories for those new parents. Certainly been a week like no other, and one that deserves to be commemorated and committed to history. Singer-songwriter Sean Panting is tackling that job with this song.
Been shoveling and hauling and cursing the snow, for like the old Honda, she certainly blows. For a week we've been prisoners of storm system's whims, while storm chips run low and we stay settled in a state of emergency all over town. But still there's an upside to balance the down. We got to find out what our neighbors' names are, while we all played a fun game of Dude, Where's My Car? When they opened the grocery stores, they were on bust. The Soviet bread lines got nothing on us. All hands out in orderly rows, bless their hearts. All purchasing Pepsi and fresh packs of darts. At Coleman's and Belbin's 'twas chaos controlled, the same at Dominion and Sobeys, I suppose. Supplies duly purchased from grocery store aisles, 'twas back to our homes to divide up the spoils. Inspired by street fires and shovel brigades, by neighbors out sharing the food that they made. A media circus ensued round the globe, all watching us cope with our various woes. Every day there were pictures on national news, boys bombing round town on snowboards and skidoos, and generally doing the jobs to be done, while easing the labor by making it fun. And then from the mainland the expats were heard to suffer from FOMO and wish that they were at home to partake in so epic a time. With all due respect, boys, you're out of your minds. Our backs ache from shoveling we couldn't avoid. The kids are all squirrely from being inside, for the schools are all closed and the liquor store too. Now how does that sound like a good time to you? Hats off to the crews and the Army likewise. We're making some progress now thanks to the boys. Hats off to emergency staff, everyone who stayed up for days getting crucial jobs done. We took a few losses and some lost a lot, and the lessons now learned they should not be forgot. For winter is long and the spring far away, we'll still need those shovels in April and May. Been shoveling and hauling and cursing the snow, for a southern vacation we'd all love to go. But nothing would happen if we were all gone, so best I'll stay here and help dig out St. John's.
What a job.
Bravo, Sean Panting.
What
You
a
can
job,
always
Sean.
count on him
Yeah.
to come up with some really clever lyrics.
And it caught the whole story of the week.
It really did.
Yeah, fantastic.
And not one mention of storm chips, I don't think, was there?
No, I don't think so, but I might have missed one. It's great.
The blizzard has caused a number of obstacles, large obstacles for the business community. We'll see if there's any hope for them as we all try to clean up.
Welcome back to Here and Now. We've spoken a bit about employees getting paid during this blizzard crisis, but what about businesses themselves? They're not making any money, so what about them? Thought it would be a good time to have a chat with Richard Alexander, the Executive Director of the Employers Council. Richard, how are businesses handling what's happened?
Oh, I've been bombarded by calls and emails from businesses talking about the stress that this state of emergency and snowfall has caused. The business community understands we have to get back to a place of normalcy and that the city is working very hard to do that. But it's important that we do that safely. But the stress that it's caused on many businesses that are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, unable to pay bills, unable to access their property even as excess the damage, it's been very stressful. And the stress is not just a short-term thing. I think it's going to be a long-term thing for some businesses. January is a tough time anyway for a lot of businesses. A lot of employers are very concerned about their employees. They're concerned about being able to pay their bills so that they can stay in operation. And there's been a lot of talk on social media too about vilifying businesses that aren't able to pay wages during the state of emergency, and a lot of them are feeling a lot of stress from that and very disappointed that some people are trying to vilify them.
Right, so they're being made to look like the bad guy because some companies can afford to do it, but I guess it's a complicated, complex issue. I mean, some businesses, obviously, you think about different companies, of various sizes, they can't all afford to pay wages when there's no work and no money coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't have cash flow, but there's lots of the stories that I've heard from the business community is not big bad employer. It's been employers that have taken out personal lines of credit to be able to pay staff during the state of emergency. Some businesses that can't do it, they've actually given cash advances. They've said, look, when we get back up and running, we're going to give you extra hours to try and make up what you've lost. So the business community has stepped up not only for the employers but for the community as large, and I'm very proud of that. Business is part of the community. We're concerned about our employees, we're concerned about the community, our neighbors. We've heard all the great stories about that. And I think that the best thing that people could do right now at the end of the state of emergency, hopefully in the next day, is just to support and respect business and understand that the decisions that they're making are very difficult decisions and it's they're very complicated decisions, but getting out and supporting business now I think would be a really fantastic thing.
And I suppose, as everybody knows, in this economy, the last thing we want to see is other businesses go under.
There's lots of things there's businesses that go out of business all the time, and there's a variety of factors of that. But being shut down for 8 days with no cash coming in, that can be significant. That could be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
All right, Richard Alexander, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Now, staying with the storm, there's certainly been a lot of talk about how treacherous the streets of St. John's have become for vehicles and certainly pedestrians. But this week, many are encountering something else out there: lost dogs. Since the storm, dozens of pet dogs have escaped and they've been spotted roaming the roads. And it's a dangerous situation and one that can lead to tragedy. Here now, Zach Gowdy has more.
Well, this is my backyard. I've got a short little fence and I've got a short little dog. But as you can see with the snowdrift, there is no fence, and even this little dog could just walk right out of here. And since the storm, that seems to be happening left and right.
Here and Now's Mark Quinn spotted these poodles running down Elizabeth Avenue, and he's far from the only one.
We have 2 dogs in our backyard. Uh-oh, 2 big dogs.
Since the storm last Friday, the Facebook group NL Lost Pets Network has been plastered with pictures and videos of pet dogs running through the snow-covered streets. There have been at least 50 posts about lost dogs, several of which say the dogs escaped by climbing snowdrifts and getting over fences. Many of these dogs have been reunited with their owners, but many more are still missing. For dog experts, it's sad, but no surprise. Ken Reed is a dog trainer known as the Dog Whisperer.
When we get hit with the amount of snow that we have, it's really easy for the snow to drift up and pile up against the fences. People let their dogs out and the dogs can walk right over the fence and go on walkabout. Not only that, with the amount of wind that we've been having, fences get damaged, gates come down, gates come open, and what was typically a secured backyard becomes a fun zone for the dog.
It's a situation that's already led to tragedy for at least one family. The week before the big storm, Matt Murphy came home from work and let his dog Maggie out in the backyard. What he didn't know is that a snow removal crew had blown snow over his fence and into the yard, piling up in just the wrong place.
And she found the opportunity to escape into our neighbor's yard, and then she was able to get loose. I put a call out through social media for everyone to keep an eye out for her, described her. She responds to Maggie, the area town that she's in. And then I found out that she had in fact been struck by a car, and by the time I found her at the vet clinic down on Topsail Road, she had already passed. It was terrible. I mean, my heart jumped up into my throat. It was, obviously devastated at the loss of a family member.
Now there are far more snowbanks built up in far more yards. What happened to the Murphys seems to be happening all over the city. Ken Reed says with the right training, a dog can learn to stay in their own yard, fence or no fence. But for now, the best way to protect your pet is to keep an eye on them.
Anytime your dog goes out, go out with them, make sure they have their IDs on. That way, if they do get out and somebody finds them, it's really easy to get them home.
Zach Gowdy, CBC News, St. John's.
Welcome back. Well, last week's storm hit St. John's homeless population hard. The Gathering Place has been trying to help them and other guests throughout the entire week, but volunteers and staff say they are certainly looking forward to the end of this state of emergency. Here now is Mark Quinn stopped by the center that serves thousands of needy people.
Dozens of staff and volunteers are helping the Gathering Place emerge from a long, difficult week. The center was shut down by the storm until Monday, and it's been doing what it can to provide services to guests since then.
A lot of people weren't even aware we were open, honestly, because they don't have access to social media, they don't have radios, they're not using telephones, so they were just literally coming up and hoping for the best when they arrived. So people were arriving very hungry. A lot of people had been without power during the storm. Didn't have appropriate winter clothing, hadn't had medical care, didn't have their prescriptions, very lonely, very isolated.
Yep. Today, the center received a big food donation, 500 meals from the Wedgwood Cafe. The cafe didn't want to see food that it was unable to serve this week go to waste, so it was put to good use here.
We need community to offset all of our food costs, and so to have a meal of this caliber given to us clearly is significant because our food stocks are dwindling a little.
For Gathering Place guests, it was welcome at the end of a tough week.
The Gathering Place has always helped supplement our meals, and when we can't get to the meals, then it's a hardship on everybody.
Leaders here say the next step is to bring community and city leaders together to take a hard look at emergency planning.
We absolutely have to drill down and have a strategy for individuals in the community who are not able to be self-sufficient for days on end.
Mark
The weather update is brought to you by Belltone, your partner in better hearing.
Get to the weather in just a moment. Earlier in the program, you saw Zach Gowdy talking about dogs. People love dogs, and of course, I know you love dogs.
I
but
do.
You also love bees. How do they?
I do love bees.
Thousands of bees. How do they handle the?
You know, everyone's been asking me this question. The bees are doing great. If you want to have a look, I had to snowshoe to get out to the hive because, of course, the snow is so deep in the backyard right now. And there's the hive there, and all of the little bees inside. They're all tucked in nice and warm, and they're going to pretty much stay like that the entire winter. It's called a cluster, and the queen is in there in the middle staying nice and warm. So
I love the way your television delivery changes.
And look at all the little bees. The little bees are all snuggled in there,
tucked away.
So they're okay.
They're great.
All right,
yeah,
good.
the bees they look like they're doing great.
Yep.
So that's
Good news.
Yeah, they weathered the storm, as they say. So let's have a look at the long range forecast. Quick recap of tomorrow. Looking great. Lots of sunshine. Pretty light winds. -5 as the high in St. John's, but right across the island, it's going to feel a little bit cooler with that wind chill. And in Labrador, pretty much the same story with minus double-digit temperatures tomorrow. Great day to get out for a walk. As we head into Sunday, a little bit more cloud cover and some flurries you can see in Labrador and the cloud cover there on the island, but still quite a nice day. And we're going to see temperatures start to bump up on Sunday just ahead of that system that's moving in on Monday. So you can see in St. John's on Sunday, 0. Temperatures hovering around the freezing mark for much of the island with a mix of sun and cloud. St. Anthony could see some flurries on Sunday, as well as Happy Valley, Goose Bay and Lab City, but not too heavy. So this is the special weather statement that's in effect for the Avalon Peninsula, for Clarenville, Burin and the Conegra area. So we're looking at lots of rain moving in. We're 5 to 10 millimeters for the east. The south coast should be getting a heavier dose of rain, but the concern here is all of the snow that's on the ground right now. The drains are covered, so where is all of that water going to go? So there's concerns about isolated flooding and stuff like that. So I'm sure the city will be keeping a close eye on this forecast for Monday. This is how it's playing out at the moment. You can see the rain moving in on Monday morning and going to be coming down fairly fast and quickly. So that's also going to cause a bit of a problem. And then, of course, we have the warmer temperatures as well. And that's going to cause some of the snow to melt. So even more water to deal with. So we're looking at about 2 degrees in St. John's on Monday. Could get a little bit warmer than that, actually. And Grand Falls, Windsor, Gander area around the freezing mark there. The rest of the island are going to see more of a snowfall, about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow expected there. Labrador staying fairly quiet with some flurries for Lab City, Valley, Goose Bay. So looking ahead to your 5-day, we're going to get into this pattern of flurries as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures staying fairly mild on Tuesday and then starting to cool down as we get into Wednesday. For Central, a similar story there. Some flurries in the forecast for until we get to midweek next week, and as well for Western Newfoundland, some flurries and some snowfall expected there. So in Labrador, going to clear off on Tuesday and Wednesday, and some cold temperatures sticking around. And for Western Labrador, some sunshine and -18 as the high on Wednesday. So some chilly temperatures, but nice clear skies. And that's your forecast. Look at this. Isn't this great?
Avalon Peninsula?
No, actually,
Really?
it's not. But some creative people put this together. Gorgeous snow dragon. I'll tell you where this was taken after the break.
Because of the blizzard, we have lots of anniversaries and birthdays. So let's start. Happy 50th anniversary to Arthur and Joan Pittman from Grand Falls, Windsor. They celebrated on Thursday the 16th. On Monday the 13th, it was a 61st anniversary for Louise and Ted Ryan from Monroe. Happy 65th wedding anniversary on the 14th to Austin and Edith Patey from River of Ponds. Rick and Lenora Hillier celebrated their 50th anniversary on Monday, January 20th. And birthday greetings out to Jack Janes. Jack turned 90 on January 14th.
Happy 91st birthday to Gladys Hussey in Belle Island. Happy 90th birthday to Cassie Cribb, living at the Marystown Retirement Center. Happy 90th birthday on January 22nd to Lily Walsh from Gander, now living in Corner Brook. Happy 102nd birthday to Elva Rideout of Corner Brook, who celebrated on January 20th. Dugald and Phyllis Knoll in Stephenville celebrated their 58th anniversary on Monday, January 20th. Phyllis also celebrated her 80th birthday on that very day, so happy birthday. Happy 55th anniversary to Tom and Ivy Stockley in St. John's. Happy 65th anniversary on January 19th to Jerry and Wavy Richards. Happy 60th anniversary to Helen and Philip Buckle of English Point, Labrador.
And happy 99th birthday on the 18th to Ellen Vitch in Holyrood. Happy 95th birthday on the 17th to Elsie Bowers in Botwood. Happy 90th birthday to Isabel Gooby in Corner Brook. Florence Spencer is 100 years old today, formerly from Bay Roberts, now living in St. John's. On the 9th, Tex and Marcy Porter of Mount Moriah celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. And a happy 68th wedding anniversary greetings going out to Raymond and Emma Foster in Burlington. William and Isabel Fillier in Point Verde, Placentia celebrated 55 years of marriage on January 15th.
50th anniversary greetings today to Ray and Florence Manning from Mount Pearl. Barbara Pete celebrated her 105th birthday on January 15th. She's originally from St. John's and now lives in Florida. Happy 51st wedding anniversary to Molly and Gerald Saunders in Gander. Congratulations to Abe and Rosie Cake, who celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary on January 17th. Then 2 days later, Abe also celebrated his 94th birthday, so happy birthday. Happy 51st wedding anniversary to John and Jenny Poole in Georgetown. On the 17th, Raymond and Elizabeth Kearney in Croak celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary.
Happy 55th anniversary to Phyllis and Ron Peddle of Chance Cove, who celebrated their milestone on January 14th. Max and Sheila Porter from Porterville celebrated their 70th anniversary on January 18th. And Max and Sheila, they'll be featured on this Sunday's episode of Land and Sea. 50th wedding anniversary wishes to Melvin and Peggy Goulding. Ken and Phyllis Roberts of Forto celebrated their 62nd years of marriage on January the 16th. And a happy 101st birthday to Ned Abbott of Musgrave Harbor from family and friends. His big day was on January 20th. On the 19th, Violet Fry from Charleston turned 90. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Josiah Butt of Brookland, who celebrated his 90th birthday on January 20th. Happy 95th birthday to Nellie Greenham of Twillingate. Happy birthday to Bruce Simmons of Greens Harbor, who turns 94 today. Happy 95th birthday to Madonna Ryan in Gander. Happy 55th anniversary to Bern and Cecilia Murphy of Shoal Harbor. Happy 52nd anniversary to Lincoln and Millicent Mercer of Spaniards Bay. Happy 65th wedding anniversary to Walter and Gladys Osmond of Port Basque, who celebrated on the 18th.
And happy 58th anniversary yesterday to Will and Shirley Temple of Sunnyside. And happy 54th wedding anniversary greetings to Joe and Ethel Anthony celebrating this Sunday, also Joe's birthday. Happy 56th wedding anniversary to Stephen and Myrtle Gregory from St. John's, now living in Paradise. Happy anniversary to Harvey and Sadie Ellsworth from Carmenville. They celebrated 63 years of marriage on Tuesday. Bertha Parsons has her 101st birthday today. Bertha was born in Salmon Cove, Carbonear, now lives in Paradise. And a happy 93rd birthday 3 days ago to Jean Stick.
Happy 96th birthday on Wednesday, the 22nd, to Marion Piercy, a war bride from Edinburgh, Scotland, now living in paradise. Happy 92nd birthday tomorrow to Jack Forward in Buckins. Wishing Albert and Denota LaRue of Stephenville a happy 60th anniversary tomorrow. Happy 58th anniversary today to Tom and Florence Snow of Victoria. On Tuesday, it was a happy 57th anniversary for Stuart and Betty Osmond from Henton, White Bay. Anniversary greetings going out to Harold and Joy Batstone of Jackson's Cove, who celebrated 62 years together yesterday. Happy 50th wedding anniversary today to Kerwin and Helen Burton of Lassie. Happy 57th anniversary tomorrow to Don and Ida Warren of Chapel Arm.
Irving and Frances Campbell in Stephenville are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary today. And a happy 53rd wedding anniversary to Howard and Doris Brown of Mount Pearl. 63rd wedding anniversary greetings tomorrow to Ralph and Gloria Parsons of Ocean Pond, formerly from Chamberlains. And a happy 90th birthday to Ruby Guzny in Deer Lake.
Happy 93rd birthday to Jessie Suley of Heart's Delight, Islington, who celebrated yesterday. Bill Blake from Birch Bay, currently living in Niagara, turns 93 today. Happy birthday. Tomorrow will be a happy 94th birthday to Bridget Corcoran in Labrador City. Happy birthday to Catherine Ronan of Witless Bay, who will be celebrating her 93rd birthday on Sunday. And tomorrow, Major Annette Vardy at the Glenbrook Villa in St. John's will celebrate her 102nd birthday.
And you actually spent some time with
I did. Yeah, I did a story on her a while ago. Such a wonderful woman. Happy birthday to you for sure.
And everybody. We had a lot, as you know, because of the blizzard, so our apologies for that, but blame Mother Nature, because that's what we're doing for just about everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's our viewer photo of the day. Love this one. I wonder how long it took them to
where
put
is
that
this?
together. This is right at
Buren.
the bottom of the Buren. Lamoline.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't it great? Lorelei Best sent this into us, but this was actually created by Tara Fleming and June Edwards. So
That looks, I'm going by the size of the fence posts there. That's probably about 15, 20 feet long.
yeah,
Beautiful.
great job.
Yeah.
Love it.
A lot of food coloring.
A lot of creativity coming out of this storm.
There have been beautiful pictures and images for the whole week. So thank you so much for sending us that one. And don't forget the city's state of emergency that's being lifted tomorrow morning at 6. But if you can stay at home, you might want to, because the beginnings of this could be tricky. Even the roads right now, certain parts of St. John's and Mount Pearl and Paradise even, very hard to walk around. So have a great weekend, but be safe. We'll see you on Monday.
Good night.